All right, so now we're inside the Harker. Do a little walk through here. Let's see. I guess we'll start with this little cabinet here. So I started with full plywood on this, and then I rebuilt it, trying to save a bunch of weight, and I did. This is basically 1x2s, minimal 1x2 framing. The only piece that is really super strong structurally is this right here, because this is my step to get up into the bed. So this is reinforced like normal. The rest of this is flooring laminate, which is the same thing on the floor. And you can see just a couple of 1x2s supporting it at each corner, but that's it. That's it. And then the rest of this is just the flooring. So it doesn't need a lot of structure here. It doesn't support a lot of weight. So super minimal. In fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I mean, it's just the truck in there. So that panel there that you're seeing is to the back. When I drop the tailgate, that can slide out. And I have, let's see if it'll focus, a little too dark. Anyway, that's a tool bag, not very interesting. The idea there is that I can access the tool bag from dropping the gate and not have to climb in the truck. So if I have to do a repair or something, I don't have to climb in. This is not liking this lighting. Anyway, there's a bag of RC car parts and batteries and controllers right there for the RC cars. And then this is my high-speed, super expensive heating system. It's a buddy heater. And then in that dark hole is a whole bunch of propane and some blankets. And that is it. I'm going to add a small buddy heater to this as a backup instead of putting a full heating system in. This works great. I've used it through a winter, a really nasty winter, and it was fine. I mean, it worked great. The only thing, I met some friends that said their buddy heater died on them. I've been terrified ever since, so I'm going to add the little one as a redundant. Everything in here I want to have should be redundant, right? So I'm going to get another heater, but not worried about it now. The weather's beautiful. So anyway, so this is the cab. Oh, I guess we'll move over here to the power station. Yeah, you can see I'm like using this today, so it's not all cleaned up this is how it looks. But yeah, so this is my power station. Again, you know, budget driven. The built-in power option for the dirt circuit power system with Harker was a little expensive for me. I really considered it. It's really slick. It's like the battery is a panel that goes, you know, flush up against the wall. Super cool. But the battery itself was pretty heavy, and I think it was like 100 or 200 watt hours. And I mean, it works for people, you know, so this is like 700, it's like 680 or something watt hours. And I mean, I've never even gotten close to using half of it. You know, that's with everything running, including my fridge. So this is super overkill, but I love it. And this, you know, this is a great, for me, whatever, it's a great solution. It's not as slick as being built in, but none of this, my setup is super slick. It's just very practical, as you can see. But anyway, so this thing works great. I think the best investment I made. I've got 200 watts of solar on a Renogy panel on the roof. That is keeping this thing topped off all the time, and then this thing runs the fridge and everything else, you know, my fan, my lights, phone, whatever, everything, obviously. So this is great. Got the sound system, so I just put this guy wherever, and I've had this thing for years and just Bluetooth it to the phone, so that's my sound system. These little mini crawlers are awesome for around camp. Being small, they're totally out of the way, and they're ridiculously capable. My son and I used to be into the bigger ones, the whatever, 1/12 scale, I think. I can't remember the scale, but the regular SCX-10 size. We've got a ton of them, and these are just awesome because, you know, they're just great for sitting around camp, and because they're small, little rocks can be a fun obstacle, so those are like must-have. Between the drone and these guys, it's just a good time, just sitting around camp, and, you know, you can make courses or whatever, and super fun. So anyway, let's see. So first aid kit. Yeah, so as a former EMT, I'm probably a little more overkill on the first aid kit. But so I've got the one in the truck that's a jump kit or like a trauma kit, and then this guy is a bleed kit, and this is kind of a what I would call a maintenance kit. So I could probably go over this separately because this is a good idea. This is a very compact way to have a full medical kit. Anyway, so everything for, you know, stop the bleed basically here, and I mean everything from boo-boo band-aids to full-blown sutures and everything in between is in there, including chest seals and stuff like that. Actually, chest seals are in here. Then this guy is, this is more of like I would call a maintenance kit. So actually the sutures and stuff are in here. So everything in here is like, sorry, I misspoke. This is like the regular first aid kit. So, you know, you get a cut or a burn around camp, everything's going to be in here. Get a laceration, stitched up, skin glue, everything is in here that you would kind of non-emergency, but, you know, take care of an injury is in this one. And then got a splint here, and then this one is like full-blown emergency, either breathing, circulation, or airway emergency. Sorry, that's all in here. So I probably do a video going through those, but and then, you know, a couple tourniquets and that. So let's see. So yeah, these are great. Amazon. I think everyone uses these. If you've got carpet in your camper, they're perfect because they literally just stick wherever you want. All the USB cables and adapters, more USB cables and adapters. So these, nothing but USB, so that we can charge pretty much everything going on here. I did run, so the way I run the power is, well, right now this is running the fan because it's a little hot. But so I have this hub, USB hub. This is an L bracket going to the USB hub, which is wired right here, which is great. So these are like my main plugs I use right here. I don't actually use these ones. I use these first, and it just works out really well, the positioning of them. So like when we're charging RC car batteries and stuff, plug them in here and then put the battery itself hanging in this bag. It works really well. Let's see, 7 minutes. Those screwdrivers are there specific, they're of a purpose. I have a full toolkit in there. Those screwdrivers, probably redundant, I could get them out, but save a little weight. Those are, in the event that somebody were to lock us in, the one downside of the EDC is, in theory, somebody could, let's see, close that hatch. Well, the hatch would probably be closed, but they could lock it from the outside, and as rare as that would be, if it happened, you'd be screwed. So you'd have to like try to fit my fat ass out that window. I guess you could actually just hop out there. But if the tent wasn't up, I mean, it's super circumstantial, right? So like if the top wasn't popped and this was down, this would be all sealed in, and then someone closed it, which I have slept like that before, not often, then you would be locked in. So if that's the case, I just have those, and you can unscrew those locks from inside and get out. I don't know why I spent so much time explaining that, but whatever. What's here? These are batteries, charged batteries for the RC car and the drone. So empty batteries go in the truck, in the cab, and then we charge them here and we use them, or if we have, you know, we don't use them yet, they're right there. So if we ever just want to like stop at camp and go, oh, what a cool place to crawl, just pull the batteries out and then get your motor on. So that's pretty cool. I don't even remember what's in here. Oh, so these are batteries for the car, and these are batteries for the drone. You'd think I'd know that. I can't zip that one-handed. Thermometer, it's a good idea. It's kind of nice. There's a, oh, it says it's gonna rain. That's weird. Doesn't look like it. I don't believe them. Well, maybe a little clouds, but no way. Anyway, this is nice. There's an outside thermostat that I hang on the awning, and then you can get indoor, outdoor, and all that. So, headlamps, flashlights, AA, AAA batteries. This is all kind of overflow. Let me step back here. So this wall is just kind of like, On the outside I have traction boards and a shovel and stuff mounted, so I didn't get the window. I regret that. I think I'm going to get the window put in, have Harker put it in, or maybe me do it. Because I don't really need the storage, as you can see. These are great for holding stuff, but I just have like more nets. It's like nets inside of nets. So I could absolutely have a window here and get a better cross breeze, and I'll probably do that. But anyway, what else we got? So this is just kind of a catch-all. You know, I don't know why this is falling out here, but what do you call it? Water filter, you know, glow stick, stuff like that. And then, I mean, you can, whatever. Just some quick fixes. I got some rope, some bungees, some zip ties. So again, this is just kind of overflow. This molly panel is great though. Trash can, great idea. No one ever thinks of that, but super handy when you're, especially when it's cold or you're buttoned up for the night and you're cooking in here or whatever, a place to keep the trash organized. When you get to camp, everything here, the reason for this panel is easy access with the gate up when you right when you get to camp. So got a ferro rod and striker or my knife, so you can get the fire started, or you can just cheat and use jet lighter. And of course the quintessential fire extinguisher, camp hatchet. This is really great. So the way I have this set up is, and then of course the other radio. Again, if my son's backing me up into an area or trying to level the truck or whatever, I've got a level on the bumper, so he's looking at that. He can just grab this radio and talk me in. So carbon monoxide detector. Anyway, what I was saying is everything on this corner here is the stuff that you want to access for camp before you're like set up. And I don't want to crawl in here, you know, and try to grab anything. I want it accessible just by popping the top. So I can, you know, get things set up. All my camp box is here. My hatchet, I can start splitting wood. I can do whatever. So it works out pretty well. Nothing else of interest, just kind of a catch-all. Oh, I guess, you can see my super high-speed water containment unit. It's a bin with water in it. So I just always have, again, I've got 2 gallons in the front, and I keep at least a gallon in the back, and then the bottles are generally with the consumable water. But I don't know. This is how I got it set up. This is a turkey hunting seat. So it's really cool. It straps on your back like a backpack, and then you can put stuff in it, but the point of it is it lets you sit up supported on a tree or unsupported. It, you know, gives you back support when there is nothing. The reason it's in here is when the bed's down, so when the bed is down, you can see it's great, but there's nowhere to, like, if you want to sit up, there's nowhere to sit and lean up against anything because it's all tent. So I bring that turkey seat up, either up here or I can sit on the floor of the bed of the truck, and it's a super comfortable chair. So that's what it's for. Alright, I am 6'2", by the way, and I can tippy-toe to touch the top, so lots of headroom in this thing. I don't know, nothing probably of interest here. This fishing backpack. So that there is a privacy screen if you ever need that for dropping the deuce. Well, I guess I could go over that real quick. And then behind that is a folding table that's amazing, and it's some cheapy Amazon card table, and it is the best. Super lightweight, best ever. This is a bucket, but it's the MVP. It's, as you can see, I've got it right in the middle of the camper floor, if I can get right. So it just kind of sits like that, and then it lets me. It's got a pivot. I should show you. It's got a pivoting seat. Some cap I picked up at I don't know, Cal Ranch. It's a regular white bucket, and I just spray painted it. and then this pivoting seat. What's great is I can sit in this in the middle of the camper, and I can like literally get everywhere comfortably. Perfect height. You know, I can use this bench as a workbench if I'm doing something with the power. Maybe I'm working on the RC cars or whatever, and I got to reach over here. Even if the bed is down, I can still fully use this, and it's amazing. So that's the first thing why it's important. Man, that's annoying why it keeps getting dark. The second thing, it's the emergency shitta. So if you're in a state park or something and you're required to have a toilet with you, or means of a toilet, I don't want to dedicate the space of an actual toilet just for something I'm probably not going to use. I've only used it like twice. But those are the like space shit bags where you put the bag in and then you make your commitment, you make your donation, and then you close it up. But what's amazing is somehow it takes the poo and turns it into a solid, and it doesn't stink. I don't know. It's super weird. I mean, I tied it up and I put it on the roof, the basket on the roof. But even when I threw it away, it wasn't, you know, yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, poo magic. Who knows? Anyway, that's it. So this bucket doubles as, so its primary purpose is the main seat of the camper. Second is it does give me a place to have a toilet if I need it, and a few times it's been nice. If you don't want to do a cat hole situation, or if you're not in a place for that. Anyway, the reason I have the privacy tent right here is if you're in, like, God forbid, an actual campground. Well, I guess you'd have a toilet there. It shows you how much I camp in campgrounds. Anyway, whatever. Maybe you're boondocking in, like, Moab and there's people everywhere. You know, and when I say everywhere, like every 400 yards. Still, you just set this guy up and then you can put the bucket in there, like especially if your wife or something is there. And, well, I guess anybody would want a little privacy in that case. Anyway, that's what that's for. Privacy tent, throne, there you go. Primary purpose, seat, do-all. Secondary purpose, bathroom, toilet. And then tertiary purpose is I take this top off and this bucket catches my gray water from where I was saying earlier. I have the Rota packs for washing hands and dishes. So works really well. I think that's it in here. And maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'm not, but yeah, this is my non-high-speed setup and it works great for me. Try to get a shot of it, all of it. Looks kind of weird. But anyway, cool. Hope that helps. I love watching these videos of how people have set their stuff up. I'm always looking for ways to improve my stuff. Oh, so this is, if you haven't seen this, on the Eco, or the, what the hell, EXO, the Harker EXO that I have, that I bought, that I forgot the name of. So the bed folds up, so this is the bed platform. And then to get in the bed, you can open this up and then you climb in through here. But you can close this when this is in tent mode, right? So I'm standing up and I've got this nice view. This is the key because this is a weekend, I'm just having some fun out here, but when I go out for a week or so, I bring my laptop, I bring a monitor, and I can actually, you know, do a little work. Not that I condone working when you're getting away from work, but I don't work in an office and I have got that flexibility. So if there does have to be, you know, if there's work that needs to be done or things customers need to be checked on, I can do it remotely with Starlink, and I can go, you know, fishing for the week and, you know, do a couple hours making sure everyone's taken care of here at my workstation. And it's a standing desk, so I'm being healthy. So works out. Love this thing. But that's about it. Got the rifle racks that are actually fishing pole racks. Work perfect for that. I took a broom, some $5 broom at Walmart, cut it in half, and that handle here is the broom, so it's great for in the morning just sweeping out, trying to keep things from getting nasty in here. And then, of course, those walking poles for hiking. I'm just trying to see if I'm forgetting anything. I think that's it. These lights are awesome. rechargeable, motion activated, or turn them on, magnetic. You just stick them anywhere. Cool. There you go. Hope that helps. Like I say, I like to watch these to get ideas and see what other people came up with. All sorts of different builds. I've seen some absolutely incredible, you know, NASA quality build outs, which I love. I'm a little more redneck, I guess. This is my jam, because this just works for me. Everything is kind of ended here from multiple extended trips, so I find out just what works. Oh, the last thing I'm going to say is these pockets are great from Walmart. Like I said, if you have any kind of shell with the carpet, these things are incredible. But these magnetic hooks from Walmart, I meant Amazon. These magnetic hooks, lighting is really weird, from Amazon too. These are incredible because you can literally stick them anywhere, and they're super strong. I mean, they're like super strong. Those are great. Super modular. I can tie anything up. So that's another. If you haven't found those yet, and you've got a steel frame camper, I would get about 20 of those, and then I just stick them all right here until I need them. I think they're like everywhere right now, but I've got them under the bed. It sticks to the bed. There's another reason not to bed line or anything else. So I may build a cabinet on this side, but I also like having all that extra space, as you can see, just sitting there. So anyway, all right, cool. Hope it helped, and see you.